Good morning. It's a rather chilly start to an autumnal day today. We had the equinox over the weekend, so I've been putting off bringing out my autumn decor, but I think we're past the heat waves. We did have a nice little heat wave last week, which was so nice, but I couldn't bring myself to bring out the pumpkins just yet. But now I think it's time. It's getting very dark in the evenings by about 8 o'clock. And I just want to get all cozy, and I'd like the home to reflect that. I don't go overboard with decorating, but I do have a few little bits of autumnal decor that I do like to get out. So the main areas that will get a little bit spruced up will be the fireplace. I've got my mantelpiece up here, which really needs a bit of work on it. I didn't really do much on it over the summer. I just kind of left it and had the occasional vase of flowers on it. I've got a new little table in the window, which I upcycled earlier this year. So I've now got a new surface, which is quite nice. And I've got a sideboard over this side that I can put stuff on as well, although it is hidden behind my chair a little bit, but it'll be nice to just bring out some different things and get out some candles, which I've not had out for ages, dig out some of the scented candles and get the house smelling nice as well as looking nice. So I'm going to go into my cupboard here, which is, it's really weird doing it in a mirror image, which is where I keep my seasonal decor and switch it out for like the summer or the spring stuff. These cupboards here are quite full of candles. There's a lot of candles. I do have a little yarny stash in there as well, actually. But yeah, there's a lot of candles, so I must dig some out and I must actually start using what I've got, because I'm terrible for putting them in the cupboard and forgetting about them. So I'm going to try and use up some stuff this year. I must. I've also got the dining room table as well, where I like to have a little centerpiece to reflect the season as well. So yeah, at the moment there's a little floral vase there and a little bunny rabbit, which don't feel very autumnal, so we'll switch those out as well and get some candles on the table. We do like having the candles on when we're having our dinner at night, because it does start to get dark by the time we eat dinner, which is about 6, half 6 for us. It's quite late. By some standards, I guess it's early by others, but we do like having some candles on, and Joshua does enjoy having candles on as well, so that's good. So I'll get to use some more up through there too. So just a little bit of decor to get out. I'm going to go and dig out what I've got, remind myself what I've got, and show you some of my favourite pieces. I don't think there's anything nicer than big chunky handmade pumpkins from wool. This is one that I crocheted a few years ago, and I wanted it to be pretty big, so it's pretty big. I just crocheted a rib, so I think I did you just crochet in the back loops and it gives you this ribbed shape, and I must have used a really chunky yarn like an Aran, and I just made up a little stalk. I didn't follow a pattern at all. I think with the pumpkin I just made a rectangle and then joined up the sides to make a tube, and then cinched the bottom in, cinched the top in, and that's basically what you can do with any materials, whether it's wool or fabric, to make a pumpkin. And speaking of which, here's a little fabric one that I made. I actually think I did that one slightly differently. I drew around a dinner plate to make a circle, or a side plate to make a circle, and then just cinched it in at the top and made a little crochet stalk and added a little bit of twine there, which looks quite nice because on actual pumpkins you get the little tendrils. So I've got a couple of handmade ones up here. I've got this nice little golden one. It's a ceramic one, that one. And I've got some little toadstools here which are really sweet. I'm not sure where I got that. I think that had a big stick in it and it was like in a bunch of flowers or something like that, or it was just on a stick so that you could stick it in things, but I took the stick out so I could just use it. These ones are from a little gift shop nearby, and this one I got at the Hyde Park Christmas Fair. Little handmade from a little bit of tree, which is so cute. I think I've got some other ones as well like that, but they must be out somewhere because I didn't find them yet. And then, so that's on the top of the fire. It isn't a real fire. I always get told not to put things around my fire, but it's not real. And down the bottom here, I've got a little pumpkin tea light holder. A little pumpkin here, which is that, can't remember what you call that look. It's got a name, I've forgotten what it is, but I really like it. It does light up, but I don't tend to have it on. Maybe I should. It's quite nice. It's putting a nice sparkle on the wall, actually. Maybe put them on one evening just for fun. And then I've got a little dish here that I made from, oh, I've chipped it. The DAS clay, the air drying clay. You just roll it out flat, get a big leaf, press it into it and roll it into it to get the shape, and then you cut it out and just lay it over a bowl. Yeah, I was trying to sell them at a market somewhere. To get the shape, and then I spray painted it with some lovely gold copper spray paint. I'm really annoyed I've chipped that. I'm gonna have to find some paint to paint over that bit now. And that's just a little acorn decoration. No idea where that came from. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for the fireplace. I'm quite happy with that. Just a few decorations there, and I'm now going to go and pop a few things on the top because, as you can see, it's not looking very pretty at the moment. It's just got some random candles there that I've been burning, and it could do with a little bit of decor. There we go, that's better. It's looking much more autumnified now. It's quite busy, but I quite like that. So I'll give you a little look at what I've got up here. I've got another little handmade pumpkin which I knitted. I really love how the variegated yarn has made it look. This was a yarn from Burrow and Soar. So I just did, again, I knitted a rib. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 purl one. And I love the effect it gives. Just gives it that proper texture that a pumpkin's got. And I used an I-cord for that bit, an I-cord tutorial, which I'm not really familiar with. And again, I just completely made up the stock, just did some increases around here to make it wider. And then it's got a nice kink in it. I think I actually sewed it so that it stayed at that angle because I quite like that. I've got a few little pumpkins here. No, not pumpkins, toadstools. I knitted this one maybe last year. Just suddenly had that urge to knit some toadstools. I can't remember where the pattern's from. I did find it on Ravelry and it was free, so I'm sure if you did a search you'd find it too. So I've got my little knitted toadstool there. These are little tiny like terrarium things. My boyfriend actually made these out of like air drying clay, a special type of it, and then painted them. They're very cute, aren't they? And I like that one with the brown mushrooms too, which look really good. So they've been sat out all year actually, but they're perfect for this time of year. They go with the rest of my little toadstools, and I've got my little sign here, hope is everything, and a beautiful little poppy seed head that has been so weathered. There's nothing left of it but the veins, which I think just looks so beautiful. Poppies are just, they just go on and on and on and looking beautiful. I did have that balanced there nicely, but now I've touched it, it's fallen off. I think that looks nice. And I've got another one of those toadstools, which is the same as the one on the top of the fire. That one's got little stars on it. And this one's got little hearts. These are wooden, they're really beautiful. And I've got a little card here, which I got from my friend Cherie, who is Ollie and Bella. And I love keeping cards to use as artwork. I know that these were handmade by someone, Abby Quinn. And I've got my little hedgehog lady here who is adorable. She was made for me as part of a swap I did with Tabby, who is Tabby Craft Designs. She does these gorgeous little crochet amigurumi type things. She does all sorts of things. This one's actually made from socks, clean socks, so that's a sock. Her hat is also a sock. How cute is that? What a clever idea. But she's just adorable, absolutely adorable, and I feel like she can come out because it's autumn, even though she would be going into hibernation, but she can come out now. She's cute. I bought a new candle the other day. This one is called By the Melt Pool. It's made in Scotland, which I thought was quite nice, and it's geranium, bergamot and lavender. And when I smelt it, I thought, that smells exactly like what I put in my oil burner. So I'm going to try a candle. I've only lit it once. I need to remember and light it again. And I've got a lovely pine cone here. It's also a candle, but one of the ones that too nice to use, and it's a little bit sparkly as well. And I think that was probably from Home Bargains or maybe even B&M at one point. And here's a piece of jigsaw, which if you watched my videos throughout the year, you'll know that at Christmas I do a Christmas jigsaw. And when I moved some furniture, I think this was this year or last year, I found a bit of jigsaw which Tilly had obviously stolen from a jigsaw and hidden it. But now I can't remember which jigsaw it's from, so it's just going to have to sit there until I do the jigsaw again and figure out which jigsaw's got the missing piece. So that is my mantelpiece. I'm very happy with that. Looks good with the fairy lights on. The fire also goes on and has a nice glow, so I'm really happy with that. I like the little pops of red, and oh, I'm feeling all cozy. Just want to get the fire on and get a cup of tea and sit and crochet now or knit. I'm going to just do a little bit over here. You can't see it very well anymore because I've got my chair there, but I'm going to just put a few different things out just so it's had a little refresh. Actually, all I'm doing is putting a couple of new candles out over there, but I'm bringing in the bunny because it's not bunny season. So bunny's going away now till springtime, and I think I'll just leave it as that. And I think we're done for the living room. I just need to go and have a wee faff about and make up a little tray to put on my dining room table. My sewing room doesn't get that much of a glow up for autumn, but I do have a cute little pumpkin here. This is another crocheted one. Again, I would have just done a tube, a crocheted tube, like made a rectangle and then stitched up one end and then cinched in the bottom and the top. And with this one, I've taken a needle and some of the orange yarn, threaded it through and pulled it down to make the cute little bits here, and then up the bottom again and just gone round and round, so it's got this really nice shape. And I think that just looks so realistic for one of these teeny little pumpkins, and I love it. And I've just done a little sort of button shaped bit on the top there again, just completely winged it. There's loads of patterns out there if you want to make crocheted or knitted pumpkins, but I think they look so cute, and be warned, if you make these, they are addictive. So that will sit up on my windowsill somewhere. My fairy lights always feature up here all year round, but at this time of year it's really handy to have an extra lamp here. So I've got my high definition table lamp that I got from Serious Readers, and what I really like about this is that the beam is adjustable in terms of the brightness. So I can have it really bright when I need to, but when I'm having cosy sewing afternoons up here, I can have it just dimmed and it just gives a really cosy glow. So that, teamed with my fairy lights, is just going to make it so nice to work up here. And my lamp is adjustable in terms of the arm as well, so I can move it around and have it fully down where I'm sewing, or just have it back a little bit just so that it casts a nice cosy glow over my workspace. I'm going to be working with Serious Readers over the next few months, and they've actually offered me a code to give you £100 off of their lamps. I've got the high definition table lamp, but they do other lamps as well, including floor lamps. So I'm going to leave all the details below. There's a link to the website and also details about the code. And not only will you get £100 off, you'll get free delivery as well. I don't have a lot in the way of autumnal crockery, but I do have a few mugs which tend to come out at this time of year, and I've got this really sweet one with the, oak leaves and acorns, and I think that was from B&M a few years ago. It's really cute, really nice for a nice cup of tea. And this one I always associate with kind of autumnal just because it's like the mustardy colour, and for me that one is a coffee cup. I don't have tea in that one. And I've got my Emma Bridgewater one, which I must have got quite a few years ago now, don't even remember getting it. And it's got witches and wizards on it, so it's a bit more of a Halloweeny one, but it's a good time to come out, isn't it, in the autumn. So I think on that note, it's time for a cuppa, so I'm going to make a cuppa. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the little autumnal touches in my home. I hope you appreciate I've put on my most autumnal looking outfit for you. This is my checked flannel shirt, which is a nice cozy shirt, and yeah, the only kind of autumnal thing in my wardrobe really. A nice little crochet project is completely optional, but I have a new crochet project on the go, and I'm going to show you everything about it in my next proper video, which should be up quite soon actually. So I'm just going to sit and have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Don't we all say that when we sit down with our projects and it turns into a little bit longer than 5 minutes? I'm going to sit and enjoy my cup of tea. I'm going to enjoy my cozy little fireplace here, which is looking great. And I'm going to get the video edited and sit here in my chair and have my tea and try not to get too distracted by my crochet. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.